It's late at night, you're home alone, the world outside is silent, and the only sound is the faint ticking of a clock. Then, a knock, soft at first but growing louder. You freeze. Who could be knocking at this hour? You hesitate, then make your way to the door. Peeking through the peephole, you see two children standing in the dim glow of your porch light. Pale, still, heads tilted downward. Their voices are barely above a whisper as they plead, "Please, let us in." And that's when you see them, eyes as black as the void, deep and endless, like staring into pure nothingness. What would you do? Would you open the door? Many have faced this very choice. Some lived to tell their story. Others were never seen again. It lingers like a shadow, a presence that stalks them in their dreams, in the reflection of dark windows, in the static hum of an empty room. Once you see them, they are a part of you. But who are they?
The sound of persistent knocking breaks the silence of the night. You glance towards the front door, wondering who could possibly be calling at this hour. The knocking continues, louder and more insistent. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you make your way to the door, wondering who could be seeking your attention in the middle of the night. As you peek through the peephole, your breath catches in your throat. Two children are standing outside, looking up at you with imploring expressions on their faces. They appear to be in distress, as if they desperately need your help. You can't help but feel a twinge of sympathy for their situation. Despite feeling hesitant, a sense of obligation begins to take hold of you. After all, they're just children in need, right? The question lingers in your mind as you consider opening the door. The children continue to stare at you through the peephole, their eyes pleading with you to let them in. But something about them seems off. As you focus your attention on their eyes, you realize that they are completely black, lacking any visible features. The sight sends shivers down your spine, and a sense of unease grips you tightly. You can't shake the feeling that there's something sinister lurking behind those pitch-black orbs. The kids continue to ask to be let in, their voices desperate and urgent. But as the fear grows stronger inside you, you begin to understand that something is terribly wrong. As you step back from the door, a deep sense of dread settles in your gut. You feel that opening the door would mean facing unspeakable horrors that you can barely comprehend. Your mind races with the possibilities of what might happen if you let them in. Their pleas resound in your head, and you fall into almost a hypnotic trance. You fight with all your might to ignore their demands, and with a final surge of courage, you firmly decide to keep the door locked and ignore their desperate pleas. The knocking and the children's voices eventually fade away, leaving behind an eerie silence.
Their origins remain a mystery. Some believe they are interdimensional beings. Others say they are soulless husks.
Talking about something no human truly understands, yet we all have heard stories about them in one form or another, and each and every one of them is terrifying. They revolve around creatures or entities with jet black eyes that appear in the middle of the night looking to take something from you. Depending on who you ask, these things have been called demons or vampires, and some say evil spirits and even aliens. And today, in our culture, well, we call them the black-eyed children.
In the winter of 2018,
a man named Brian Bethel, a resident of Abilene in Texas, he had written about his experience that year. According to Brian, he was seated in his car on North 1st Street and had been writing out a check when there was an unexpected knock on the driver's side window. When Bethel looked up, he was surprised to see two boys standing alongside the vehicle, whom he guessed were aged about 9 and 12. When he wound the window down to talk to them, he was suddenly struck by their penetrating jet black eyes, which seemed to pierce his very soul when they came to rest upon him. Speaking in a monotone and emotionless manner, the eldest of the two informed Bethel that they had no money and needed a lift home. Utterly disturbed by their demonic appearance, Bethel made his excuses and told the boys he couldn't help them. They seemed to become visibly angry at this and urged him to let them into his car. Suddenly, Bethel noticed that his own arm was now reaching for the door handle, very much against his will. Intimidated by their intense gaze, he instead wound up his window, locked the car doors, and drove off into the
night.
Waiting outside was a black, classic American car, with two men in dark suits standing beside it. They all left together. The couple remained huddled in the dark, terrified by what had just happened, until the lights mysteriously came back on about half an hour later.
In the weeks that followed, both the woman and her husband suffered unexplained health issues. To this day, they have no idea who those children were, or who came to collect them.
Some children knocked on her door. According to her, it was a boy and a girl who appeared to be around 8 years old, and they were not dressed properly for the cold. Feeling sorry for them, she allowed them into her house to warm up. Once inside, they asked to use the bathroom, and shortly after that, her husband's nose started to bleed. And this wasn't anything he was prone to, and it wasn't small. He was leaking pretty good. While she was assisting him, she turned around to find the kid standing there, staring at both of them intently. Then they said, "Our parents are here." They opened up the front door and left.
Not every encountered, but when she turned back, the girl had vanished.
Which transports us to the misty moors of Cannock Chase, located in the verdant countryside of England. Here, amidst the tranquil beauty of the landscape, lurks a tale of horror and mystery. It seems that the black-eyed children are not a phenomenon restricted to the United States alone, for stories of their eerie presence and otherworldly demeanor have spread across the globe. Located in Staffordshire, England, Cannock Chase is a designated area of outstanding natural beauty in the West Midlands. Despite its picturesque surroundings, the area has a dark past, marked by the murders of 3 young schoolgirls in the 1960s. Famous paranormal investigator Lee Brickley recounts an eerie experience told to him by a mother and daughter while picnicking in the beautiful area. Upon hearing a child's cries for help, the pair ran towards the source, but found no one. As they caught their breath, the mother felt an inexplicable urge to turn around and saw a little girl standing behind her with both hands covering her eyes. The girl appeared to be around 10 years old, and when the woman inquired if she was okay, and the one who had been screaming, the child lowered her hands to reveal completely black eyes. The woman quickly retreated and grabbed her daughter, but when she looked back, the little girl had vanished.
The black-eyed kids don't just linger in the shadows of homes or wait by deserted roads. They emerge wherever the veil between reality and the unknown feels thinnest, always watching, always waiting. And for those who cross their path, the encounter is never truly over, because some things, once seen, can never be forgotten. The black-eyed kids remain one of the most chilling and unexplained phenomena of our time. Are they spirits trapped between worlds, demons lurking in disguise, or something far beyond our understanding? No one truly knows. But those who encounter them rarely walk away unscathed. Some vanish, some are left haunted by an unshakable presence, and some are never the same again. So, if you ever hear a knock in the dead of night, think before you answer. If you see a child standing alone in the dark, fighting back tears, ask yourself, is it really human? Because once you let them in, there is no going back. Do you believe in the black-eyed kids? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this haunting tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more terrifying stories. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and whatever you do, don't open the door.